too much time on my hands, and I'm making spreadsheets about calculating annual passes and Disney tickets. I don't know. I'm in having withdrawals. Hey, this is Tom with Tom's Tech Show. I've done some cleaning, and you notice that I've switched everything to be reverse. So, hopefully, it's better for me. I have more space. I've moved things around, so I have more space behind me. I kept knocking into things, knocking things over and stuff. But anyway, I've been, like most people, having some time on their hands, and I decided to create a spreadsheet that would help me to calculate cost and total cost, basically, for going to Disneyland. And based on different, there's different factors that are in here. Whether you want MaxPass, it's going to include your parking and all of that. So here are the little blue fields you can fill out. So like, how many passes do you want? It's going to be, Mrs. Tech Show and myself. And we're going to do MaxPass, whether Signature Plus, of course, includes MaxPass. And this doesn't add it because it's already included. But if you turn that off or on, you can see the cost difference for whether you have MaxPass or not. We would always do, after you've had MaxPass, it kind of locks you in, and then they let's raise the price. So then, that's how Disney works. And maybe they'll do something where once we get back in the park and everything starts going back, maybe they'll start giving, Disneyland will start doing MaxPass included with all of your tickets just to kind of incentivize. I mean, they have to do something, right? They're going to have to do something to get people to come back. And I think they may have to have you, as in other parks in different parts of the world, you were having to pick what day you're going to the park and let them know what day you're going to go. So that may be where they already have the FlexPass system in place. They may just extend that so that all tickets everywhere, you have to tell them what day you're going to be there. So that they can manage crowd levels and things like that a little bit better, especially to start. Okay, so then here we can select how many days we're going to visit. If I start with 5 days, and then I have a couple fields here to average out the food per day, how much food you're going to probably buy, and how much merchandise you're going to buy in average over the day. So if you buy if you're going to be there 5 days, you're going to buy one $300 item. You do some division and end up with $70 whatever dollars to put out per day. So we typically spend probably about $80 in food and drinks and everything else in the park per day. And I'm going to put 40 down here for merchandise because that's kind of, we might buy a t-shirt. It could be a t-shirt. It could be some other little things, like we have our little Christmas light up necklace things that we wear sometimes. So they're going to be buying something. It's Disneyland. You got to buy something. And then you can see now that the best price currently is the $343 cost per day, and it for a 5-day park hopper. Now, if I were to go, you can switch this down to 4 days, and then it moves up and shows the 4 days, or 3 days. If we move up to 6 days, you can see now the SoCal Select is the lowest price per day, but you have to keep in mind, you got only certain days that you can go to the park. And over here in the calculator, it actually adds a 5-day park hopper and a 1-day park hopper. So it's trying to calculate that out and give you, the different numbers. So, we're probably going to go with FlexPass once Disney comes back. We're going to go probably, let me increase this to 12. We like to going at least once a month. So that's going to be $262 per trip to the park. So that's including the food with the discounts, the merchandise with the discounts, and MaxPass, and the parking for all 12 days. Ends up being $262 a day. So for the year, it's $3,144, which just, you should look at that number, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Did we really spend that much? Well, if you come down here, we've had the Signature Plus for the last year and extended. Our passes ran out end of May, no, March, end of March, and now they're extended to the end of May. So, I mean, it was $4,000 for two people, you know, to go to the park and everything else for the year, $341 every single time, you know, we took a trip down there. So it gets to be a lot of money when you're doing that a month, right? That's, you know, which I guess is right now while the park is closed, you know, we're putting that money away, you know, so that when the park reopens, we can actually go and see our chef friends at the Carnation Cafe and, you know, be able to spend some good time at the park. And maybe with the lower crowd would be, you know, make it a little bit nicer. I mean, it would be nothing if they're going to do lower crowds for them to give away MaxPass, right? Because if they force lower crowds, then there's going to be very few lines to get into any rides. So it would be an easy trade-off because you probably use it, but once, you know, often when we're doing some MaxPass things, you have your phone, you're getting off one ride, and it's like, oh, let's get a pass for, you know, Buzz Lightyear, you know, and it's like 2:30. When's the Fast Pass available? 2:40. Okay, well, by the time we walk there, you know, we're going to be able to get on the ride. And it's probably going to be kind of the same thing if they do, you know, reduced crowds in the parks to try and keep people social distancing and all that, and probably have a lot more little hand sanitizer stations and stuff out. I didn't bring my... Oh, here it is. I have my little hand sanitizer that I clip onto my belt that I take everywhere. I do have some eye protection. I don't know if those more for using saws than for using, you know, protecting your eyes from germs. But anyway, we got masks and we got gloves and everything else. It'd be pretty kind of funky, everybody with masks and gloves walking down Disneyland and everything. But anyway, we just, you know, I'm just ready to go back to the park. So right now, of course, Mrs. Tech Show is up with her sister who had surgery. Her mom is in a facility with dementia, so she's taking care of family. And typically when she would go on these trips, it would be nice, you know, she comes back and that weekend, then we head to the park, give some stress relief and things like that. So, but we're not going to be able to do that because the park is closed right now. She should be back in a week or more. Things are going good on one side, bad on the other. Up there, if you know anybody in their family who's been affected by somebody with dementia, it's a long process and it's a tragic process. That's one thing I'm gonna get to heaven, gonna ask God. It's like, what is the deal with dementia? That's something that we don't need. Thank you. But anyway, hope everybody's staying safe and hope you're all hanging out with your families and having a good time and nobody's driving anybody completely insane. All right. Well, thanks for watching this. I will put a link to this calculator that you can download make a copy over to your own Google account. You'll need a Google account to make the copy of it, but I'll put a link in the video description. So if you want to play with it, mess around with it, change some of the formulas, and improve it, you know, for yourself, that'd be cool. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Take care.